So this is Old Cam.
And this is not a spring chicken.
And here comes the show. This is the
Oh,
cherry dog, yes.
wait. Come here. Come here, sweet baby. I know.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, see.
And somebody needs a bath.
Yeah. Oh, that was the bad thing. Now you gotta get
Oh,
her angry.
no.
She's got to get into everything, you know. Well, it's her company.
That's right. So as we get closer to the Olympics and the Olympic countdown, today starts, or I guess it was it yesterday starts?
Yeah, I think it was what was it, 7 days or something to the Olympics?
It's August 8th, 2008.
Yeah, it's more than 7 days. I don't know what the 7-day countdown on NBC is then.
Oh, maybe till they begin their daily coverage.
Maybe they're going to cover people coming, but China is sort of it's weird what's going on at this Olympic Games.
Well, first of all, August 8th, 2008. I don't know what day that is, what day of the week. But that was selected, I'm sure, because it's an auspicious number with the 3 8s.
Well, the 8, yeah. It's, lots of August 8, 208.
Yeah, and how often does that happen?
I know.
Oh, one day.
One day a year. One day every century or so forth.
But they've started their massive Olympic shutdown, and this, China hopes to show their
mastery of the elements, for one thing. Of course, the flood, the huge flood wiped a lot of that out because Olympic venues were in the flood area. So that shows they don't have a mastery. They're going to show that they can control pollution where nobody else in the world can, and that they will hold the best and well-coordinated Olympic Games held since the days of the original Olympics.
Now, they have an uphill battle to climb because although the press has been extremely limited coming from the Olympics, or actually from China, some of the things that are happening, well, first of all, the Olympics have gone over there earlier for their practices and all of that, and a lot of them were even debating whether they were going to go for the Olympics because of the air quality.
Air quality is so bad. I mean, I remember, Jackie Chan made the comment when he was there to help promote the Olympics, when he, about the fact he couldn't find the venue that they were doing the commercial in because you couldn't see it because of the pollution, and he was standing across the street from the huge complex.
That's really bad.
I know. I mean, the athletes have been choking on all of the pollution, and they said they're going to remove, I think, 3.5 million cars are being removed from Beijing. You want to know why your prices of oil are going up? 3.5 million cars in one city in a communist country.
That's a lot, because China, well, they probably still are very big on bikes, but think of all the cars that they have. In fact, it says, as of Sunday, now this is Sunday in China, which actually is right now probably, right? They'll be pulled off the roads, and many polluting factories will be shuttered. Chemical plants, power stations, and foundries left open have to cut emissions by 30%, and dust-spewing construction in the capital will be halted.
But you can only cut the emissions by, if you couldn't cut the emissions by 30% yesterday, you can't cut them today unless you shut it down entirely.
Well, I don't understand how they're doing it, because there was a World Bank study that found China is home to 16 of the 20 worst cities for air quality.
Yeah, they make, Los Angeles has always had a history of being bad, but at least you could see the house across the street in Los Angeles. You can't in Peking. I mean, I don't know what it's like today, but I know yesterday, according to a lot of the athletes, you couldn't see across the street.
Well, I still don't understand a few things. For example, the IOC president, Jacques, how do you say his last name?
Probably Roger.
Roger. He's reportedly warned that outdoor endurance events lasting more than an hour will be postponed if the air quality is poor.
Yeah.
So most of the events, if they're outside, they're going to be lasting more than an hour.
That's right.
So how do you respond?
The problem is, this is the rainy season in China. Most of the events are open. No, most of the events are open air. They're trying to control the weather so that the rain will not happen during the events, but happen when the events aren't being held. Therefore, wash the pollution away. But I've never heard of anybody being able to control the elements like the Chinese are planning to do.
Well, what are the environmentalists saying? Because
Environmentalists are condemning everything that China is doing, everything. Because, I mean, that is, a country is an environmental disaster. And, but see, the problem is you really don't have a voice in China. It's only people outside of China that complain.
oh, so it really doesn't make any difference what
No.
we're doing.
No, it doesn't make any difference. The China should never have been given the Olympics to begin with. They were given the Olympics because, in the Olympic spirit, the IOC, International Olympic Committee, felt that if China was allowed to show, that they could do this, that they would, they would stop cracking down on human rights. They would do this, they would do that. Unfortunately, as everybody has seen, it's gotten worse, and it's going to get worse. I mean, we got, we have Olympic credentials, and we weren't even allowed to apply for 2 reasons, and they're both standing in front of you. One of us has a long military history tie, and the other one happens to be Asian. Try to figure out which one is which.
Yeah.
They don't want Asians covering the Olympics, and they don't want, which is funny because of Olympics, and they don't want people that have had long military histories covering it either.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Well, you might see things and report things that they don't want approved. And, and you have a problem with internet access, you have a problem with transmissions. I mean, they're just ungodly problems. They're
There's
also
a tremendous amount of security.
yeah, and people are advertisers have basically been pulling out right and left because there's so much censorship. I mean, first of all, your commercial has to, I understand, all commercial advertisements must be approved in advance by an agency in the Chinese government to see that they do not have some sort of unintended innuendo.
So being outside of China, we're free to say whatever we want about it.
That's right. But anything that is associated, actually, NBC I don't think is permitted to say anything they want about it because they basically under the table, if you say something we don't approve of, we control the transmission. You don't. So.
Okay, so you can guess kind of what news you're going to be getting.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they expect many, grandiose, there's a lot of celebrations.
They've got like 200,000 Chinese cheerleaders. They violated all the, supposedly, they said they really bent the rules on what the women can wear with their cheerleaders. So that basically they have let that out, meaning it's probably going to be the most boring event you've ever seen. Because when a Chinese government official says, we have really bent the rules on what these young ladies can wear in public.
What do you think they'll be wearing? Oh, wait, what are they allowed to wear in public right now?
Basically, you can wear. Actually, they were more liberal. Now they're becoming more conservative. You were able to allow, wear Western clothing. You could wear shorts and things like that. But they don't have cheerleaders in China.
Well,
Which means they don't have cheerleading outfits. So.
Well, that'll be interesting. But we'll bring you some Olympic information updates as we know it, because of course we receive Olympic.
Yeah, we get this stuff. I mean, we're going to have it. We're going to have all the Olympic news up daily. So we can tell you what's going on daily on the site, and every now and then, if we're doing, we can do a news update if we see something that's going on. Our computers are never more than a few inches away from us.
But we know for most of you, you will rely on the networks, of course, to view and see, and because there's so much stuff that's going on with the Olympics.
Well, the Olympics is a major thing because right now we're filling out the form to do a pre-Olympic walkthrough, and the Olympics aren't until 2010, but we're getting ready to do a pre-Olympic walkthrough in Vancouver for the Winter Olympics, which is like a 3 or 4 day event right there, just to show you all the facilities that are currently up, how the press is supposed to be handled, and all of that. But we'll tell you more about that as we get along. But until then, this is Old Cam.
And this is not a spring chick. And this is the beginning of our Olympic coverage, too.
That's right.
We're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
See, she said it. I didn't this time. She made me say it the last time, folks.